so in today's video I wanted to show you my oil controlling foundation routine. Summer is in full swing and I know that many people like myself are oily monsters, and this could just be in the T-zone or it could literally be your entire face like it is mine. Literally by the end of the day I am greasing and it's gross, and I go through blotting papers like most people go through toilet paper. So I just wanted to show you what I use so that when I do apply foundation, if I'm sweating, if I'm oily, if there's moisture or humidity in the air. So I just wanted to show you what I personally do. I also give you some tips and tricks for covering acne or scarring or pigmentation if that's your concern. But either way, this will keep you grease free. So I will list everything that I'm using in the bottom tab and I will show you guys how to do this. Alright guys, so to start we always have to prime our skin. I'm using the Neutrogena Shine Control, whoopsies, rice primer, and this has rice protein in it, and the rice protein really kind of sits on the skin, helps suck out the oil and preventing it from coming through your foundation, and it also helps keep your foundation on all day long. So I am going to apply this to my entire face just as the basis for our foundation. Oh, I have water up in my ears right now, and so it's like, you ever have water in your ears and you can like feel it sloshing? Yeah. It's up in my ears and it's quite annoying. So I'm just rubbing this all down my neck and all over my face. Next I'm going to go in with concealer, and I have two here to kind of show you because these are two that I really like that I would recommend. Both of these are liquid concealers. There are many different types of concealers. There's the stick ones, the liquid ones, there's almost like paste ones. Let me know if you want a video on different concealers and how they work. But for these are two that are liquid that I personally like for blemishes and things of that nature. So if you do have oily skin but you don't really have acne or problems like that, I would recommend this one from Smashbox. This is called the High Definition Concealer, and this goes on very well. It's very comparable to MAC, only it doesn't break you out like MAC does, and it's not as bad for your skin because MAC does have a lot of chemicals in it. But this is what I would recommend for people who don't really have acne. If you do have acne, this is one from Clinique. This one dries much quicker than this one, but this is Acne Solutions, and it does have, I think it has salicylic acid in it. It has, yes, salicylic acid. Oh, we have a friendly kitten who wants some concealer. A little Schnucklepuff. Hi, little Schnucklepuff. He is the most vocal cat. This is Handcuff, otherwise known as Duke, otherwise known as Ducati, otherwise known as Figurative, that word that we talked about in the Car Crash Kittens video. If you haven't seen the Car Crash Kittens video, then you don't know how I got these babies, because they was in a car crash. It's a long story. But speaking of concealers, this one does help with acne. It dries faster. It is covering. This one is, I think, a little bit more covering and more oil control, but this one is great if you have acne. So I'm going to be personally using this one from Clinique. And you just want to spot this onto the areas where you feel like you have a little bit of problems. Hola chiquita. Do you want to spot clean? If I give you something to play with, will you stay with me? Will you love me? Probably not. Yes, 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 I'm so in love with life. My name is Kitten. So I'm just going to quickly spot this onto my big ones, and when you have acne like me, it's kind of frustrating because you're literally spotting your entire face. Yes, Bubbaloo! What do you want? It's really frustrating because you're literally spotting your entire face, but just kind of go over the areas you think you need it most. This concealer, the Clinique one, is buildable, so is the Smashbox one. So both are really great options depending on what you need, and both are good for oil control. And we're just going to blend that in. Next, it is time for foundation. Kitty, do you want to help choose the foundation for everybody? What do you want? He's so vocal. He's sitting here purring and meowing. So here I have two different foundations. This is the Benefits Big Easy. This one is a little bit less full coverage. It's supposed to be full coverage. For me, it's a little bit less. It has SPF 35, and this one is a liquid to powder, which is great for minimizing oil control. This is also oil-free, and it does keep your skin from being oily all day long. The other one that I have here is the Hourglass Immaculate. I have loved this for 2 years. This is probably 6 months old. This is probably 2 years old. I love this. This is better for anti-aging though. This as well is like an immediate liquid to powder foundation, but this has more anti-aging properties. And although it is amazing for oil control, it really helps with wrinkles and stuff. So if you have aging skin, I would recommend this. If you have acne-prone skin, I would recommend either. Oh, there's another Schnuckle Puff outside. If aging isn't really your concern, this is a great one as well, and this one also has SPF 35, so this is amazing at prevention. And you can actually mix the two, but for today I'm going to go in with the Benefits Big Easy, and I'm actually just going to apply this with my fingertips. You can do this more full coverage by layering it. The Hourglass is a little bit more full coverage than the Benefits Big Easy, but if you do want more full coverage with this, you can layer it. So I'm just going to apply this to my skin. I'm using my fingertips just because I find it gives it a really natural skin tone texture. And this will start applying our foundation and giving us some of that oil control. And as you can see, you have to work really quickly with this just because it does dry very quickly, and it looks a little bit light for me, but this foundation will oxidize just a tad bit when it dries, and I'm sunburned, so I'm not going to match any of my foundations right now. But I'm going to apply this with my fingertips for maximum oil control. So as he plays with my broken headphones hanging from the mirror, I'm going to go in with my powder. And the powder that I'm using is a mattifying powder from NYX Cosmetics. Now, I'm also going to be using a setting powder over this. So now what's the difference between a setting powder and just a powder? This powder is meant for oil control, and this has pigment in it. So when we actually look at it, it actually has a color. Come here, Schnuckle Puff! Don't leave me! So this does provide oil control, but it also provides coverage. So if you have acne or if you have pigmentation or scarring or something that you really want to cover, this is great. Now, over that I will be applying a high definition powder, a finishing powder. What is a finishing powder? A finishing powder is much finer. So that means that the actual grains are much, much smaller. And this one is normally a translucent powder, so it's white or a transparent color. So it's not meant to provide coverage, it's literally meant to set foundation. So if you don't have acne or skincare issues, I would say just go in with your setting powder, try to get one that's mattifying. This is the Makeup Forever HD, I love this. But I am first going to use my NYX powder, and I'm just going to apply this to my T-zone oily areas, just kind of focusing on those areas. Also, this is a Givenchy Kabuki brush. This is amazing because it really grabs everything and kind of pushes it into the skin, which is what you want with powders. Not so much with liquid foundation, a little bit if you have pitting and stuff, but not so much. You really want your brush to press in the powder foundation because that's what's really helping with the oil control too. So next I'm just going to take my finishing powder, I'm going to dust this on, blend it in. I'm just using the same brush. You could use a much larger one, but this is all I'm going to do. Once that is on and controlling our oil, I am going to go in with an oil controlling spray. This is the very last step. This one is from Urban Decay, and this is called De-Slick because we want it to de-slick our face. This is going to take everything that's on our face, the powder, the liquid foundation and everything, and really just set it in place. If the powder made us look a little bit ashy, this will take away that ashy effect. But overall, it'll set everything in place, kind of glue it to your face, and it's also de-slicking. So it really helps with oil control over the entire day. But I'm not going to spray it with you here. Mwah. Bye, Bubs. It feels so refreshing. It was literally like 100 degrees today. I was not feeling it. I went swimming and got water in my ear. But now I'm good. So that is literally all it takes. This is just going to set everything, kind of give us that a little bit of a glow without that dewiness. And with this, you should be mattified all day. If you do have problems, I would recommend carrying around blotting sheets. My Couture has blotting sheets that have salicylic acid in them. They also have lavender ones, but the salicylic acid ones help with acne. I know Clean and Clear has blotting sheets. Proacriv has blotting sheets. If you really get, you can actually use toilet seat covers if you run out of blotting sheets. I kid you not, it's made out of a lot of the same stuff. But yeah, that is pretty much how to keep your face oil controlled all day, and just my foundation tutorial for doing so because I am an oily monster. So I love you guys. The oil on my face loves you guys, even though I do not love it. The kitten loves you wherever the freaky he went, and his sister loves you too, but she's not even around, so she is probably... Her name is Felony. She's being a little felon upstairs. So I will link you the video to the car crash kitten store if you have not found out how I got my kittens. But I love you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video and can use it yourself. And I look forward to talking to you all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.